And that's what Bitcoin represents because of the way it's engineered. It represents an indestructible, unstoppable, most powerful computer network. And so you shouldn't look at it as, I wanted to buy something cheap and wait for it to go up 100x, so I better buy something that's a penny stock. It's not a matter of the cost to buy the thing. It's a question of how secure is the network you're buying into.
In the world of investing, timing can be crucial. Michael Saylor draws a captivating analogy between the current landscape of cryptocurrencies, with a major emphasis on Bitcoin. In this recent interview, Saylor discusses how every economic empire has its epicenter, and for the digital age, Bitcoin represents the apex of economic power in cyberspace. Comparing the growth of New York City to the emergence of Bitcoin, Saylor suggests that just as New York became the economic heart of the physical world, Bitcoin serves as the core of the digital realm. Its decentralized nature and global accessibility make it a viable option for anyone seeking to invest, transact, or build applications. Regardless of location, people worldwide are gravitating towards cryptocurrency, recognizing it as the future of finance. Saylor emphasizes the importance of recognizing Bitcoin as the dominant network, with its overwhelming support from smart, influential investors, which gives it an edge over other cryptocurrencies. He doubles down that Bitcoin boasts unmatched resilience and decentralization, and stands as an unstoppable force, resistant to any nation-state interference. Let's get into the latest interview with Michael Saylor, as he discusses Bitcoin's role as the economic epicenter of cyberspace in 2023, and its potential to revolutionize investing. Don't forget to share your thoughts and comments down below, and leave a like if you enjoy the content we do here.
You know, New York was the greatest city in North America by about 1776. And you would have been late to the party. But the question is, would you buy a city block in New York in 1776? Or if you waited till 1876 and you were really late to the party and New York was the greatest city in North America, was it too late to buy a city block in New York City in 1876? How about 1976? If you were 200 years late to New York City, if you look at the property values of New York in 1976, what you'll find is you would be rich if you had actually bought real estate in New York in 1976. So the answer to the issue is, in every economic system, every economic empire, there's always one city, one place one network where people gravitate to. And in the ancient Med, it was Carthage for a while, and then it was Rome, and then it was Venice. And eventually the French Empire terminated in Paris, and the British Empire terminated in London. And then eventually the American economic empire terminated in New York. And there are reasons why. It's just everybody comes together in that place. Even today, New York is still the economic epicenter of the United States. And so Bitcoin represents the economic epicenter of cyberspace. It is the one place where if I want to create a digital application, if I want to move money at the speed of light, and I live in Singapore, I'm using Bitcoin. If I live in Paris, I'm using Bitcoin. If I live in Moscow, I'm using Bitcoin. If I live in China, I'm using Bitcoin. So you see, everybody in the world that actually believes in the idea of a digital asset, that wants to build this as a treasury reserve asset, they're going to gravitate toward the most powerful network. Why? Because everybody else is gravitating there. Why do people go to New York? Because the smart money is in New York. I could go to New York 20 years ago. I could take 10 meetings. I could raise $1 billion in 2 days. So why would you be so stupid as to go to New York? Well, because that's where the money is. The money is in New York, so I went. And what did I bring with me? I brought my brain power, and I built my business there. And so I then reinforced that network effect. There's about $950 trillion worth of wealth out there, 350 trillion worth of real estate. Half of it is just capital or monetary premium. $300 trillion worth of bonds. Half of it is just a monetary premium. 100 trillion worth of equity. Half of it is a monetary premium. So as the world gets smarter, people are going to sell those things because they don't make good money. Gold is awful money. right? It's just awful money. If you store your money in gold, you're losing half of your wealth every 35 years. So why would you do that, right? In the last 2.5 years, gold is down 5%, Bitcoin is up 150%. The only people that are buying or holding gold are people that aren't paying attention, right? The smart money is clearly running away from it. And in time, people will dump their gold. And when they dump their gold, Bitcoin will jump by a factor of 10. The answer to the question of why you should buy a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin represents one block in cyber New York, which has got 21 million blocks for all of eternity. And in the year 2500, people are going to be moving to cyber New York, right? I mean, New York was founded a long time ago, right? The only thing that keeps people from continuing to come into the great city, whether it's the New York or the London or the Paris, is when the economic flows move from the physical domain to the digital domain. When the economy moves to the digital realm, and you don't have to put on a suit and walk into a building, and you can have a Zoom meeting of 20 people in 20 places and raise $1 billion in a day, then some of the economic energy drains out of the city networks and it drains into the crypto network. And so buying a Bitcoin, whether it's 1 Bitcoin or 1,000,000 Satoshis or 100,000 Satoshis or 1 Satoshi, is just like buying into New York City 250 years ago. Yeah, sure, you're late. People got there 100 years before you, okay? Well, in this case, someone got there 14 years before you. I once tweeted, very famously, I said, I think Bitcoin is, going the way of online gambling. And I think Bitcoin's like $100 a coin then, okay? And I was wrong, but I didn't need it. I was wrong. When I needed Bitcoin, Bitcoin was $9,500, $10,000 a coin. And so I bought it at $10,000 instead of $100. People will buy it at 100,000. They will buy it at 1 million. They will probably buy it at 10 million, right? Because, how much does it cost for an apartment in Manhattan? People pay $10 million for 4,000 square feet. All of Manhattan was purchased for like $29 in beads or something. If you roll the clock back, you can't really get caught up in what the unit price is. You have to ask the question, what is the dominant network in cyberspace?
Saylor argues that Bitcoin's superiority lies in its scarcity, divisibility, and potential for value appreciation. While gold may have been a valuable store of wealth for centuries, it lacks the utility and efficiency that Bitcoin offers. As investors grow smarter and more informed about digital assets, the transition from traditional investments to cryptocurrencies becomes inevitable. As a result, Bitcoin is poised to attract a substantial share of the massive wealth available in the global market. The comparison of Bitcoin to cyber New York sparks curiosity. Just as Manhattan was a mere piece of land centuries ago, Bitcoin represents a finite resource with 21 million blocks for all of eternity. Saylor suggests that, like Manhattan's exponential growth, Bitcoin's value will continue to soar as more people adopt and invest in it. What do you think about the latest interview with Michael Saylor? And what are your thoughts on Bitcoin's potential to become the cyber New York of the digital world? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next video.